and your child has learned so much. They worked so hard.
And you worked hard, making them do their homework, get to school on time, well rested, and ready to work. And we worked hard too.
And we know this, and now it is summer vacation.
Yay! And with your support and guidance, your child can continue learning this summer. This video can show some strategies to make this happen. Up next, I talk about the first habit from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. Be proactive.
And after that is a very inspirational interview I did with Miss Davis, whose daughter made amazing progress last summer. What can you learn from her experience?
At the end, as with each video, we present you with the question of the week. We can't wait to see your answers on Edmodo.
So with that, we welcome you to summer vacation.
Enjoy the videos! Over the next 7 weeks, we are going to talk to you about the 7 habits of highly effective teens. We at Koontz think these 7 habits are so important that we have painted it on our walls. We've even included them on the ceiling tiles at the entrance to our school. And next year, the entire school will be learning about and using the 7 habits. That's why we are going to go through them 1 habit at a time the next 7 weeks. And it's why we have given you your very own copy of 7 Habits for Highly Effective Teens. We'd love for you to get to know these habits, to talk to your child about them and use them in your home. They have the power to transform. And now for habit 1, be proactive. This habit encourages us to take responsibility for our lives. It says, you are the driver of your life, not the rider. Over the years, I've heard many parents say, I don't know how to help my kid in school because ... And here they fill in the blanks with many reasons. Because I never did understand math. Because I work nights and never see my child. Because I don't speak English and everything they learn in school is in English. And all of these are very real challenges. If you look here, or on page 55 in your 7 Habits books, these challenges can go in the circle of no control. As it says, we don't have control over these things in this circle. We can place work schedule. I didn't understand math in school, and school is taught in English in the circle of no control. What Be Proactive asks us to do is to look beyond the circle of no control to the circle of control. These are things that we do have control over, such as ourselves, our choices, and our responses to whatever happens to us. Now let's step away from these circles for a second. I'd like to read you something from the Parent Partners book. It says that the best predictor of a student's achievement in school is not income or social status, but 1. A home environment that encourages learning. 2. High, but not unrealistic expectations by parents and caregivers for their children's achievement and future careers. 3. Involvement of parents and caregivers in children's education at school and in the community. I think you'll agree with me. All 3 of these fall within your circle of control as a parent. And they are what really matters for your child to be successful, not whether you understand 5th grade math or how much you earn. So let's talk a little bit about what each of these 3 things look like in the day-to-day of summer vacation. How can you provide a home environment that encourages learning? You can provide time and a quiet place to study, set limits on how much time each day your child is on his or her devices, have a positive attitude about school, including subjects you never liked. How can you set high expectations for your child's achievement and future career? Talk to your child about their day, their interests, and their goals for the future. Discuss the value of a good education and possible career options. Set goals for summer learning, such as 30 minutes of reading 5 days a week, and 5 pages from the Summer Bridge Activities book each week. To be involved in your child's education during the summer, you can listen to your child read. Get a library card and take your child to the library to check out books. Take your child to different places in Asheville, such as the Colburn Earth Science Museum and the Arboretum. These are just a few of the ways that you can support your child's education this summer. And doing any and all of these are being proactive, the first habit in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. If you want to read more about Habit 1 and how it works in your child's life, check out Habit 1, Be Proactive on page 47 in the 7 Habits for Highly Effective Teens book. And on page 71 and 72, they give you suggestions of ways your child can practice being more proactive.
Thank you for taking the time to come out to Koontz. I'm glad that you're here to talk about your perspective as a parent and how other parents can help their kids at home during the summer. You have a wonderful daughter who worked with me last year, and you worked with her so much during the summer that she actually didn't need help with reading this year. Her teacher tested her, and she's on grade level in reading. So I just want to talk with you a little bit about how you helped her during the summer, how you're helping her during the school year, some things that you're doing that other parents can do as well to help their child. So what do you think, or why do you think she maybe made so much progress over the summer when so many students tend to slide back instead of making progress?
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. I definitely think a lot of her progress came from, I did make her read 20 minutes a day. It was supposed to be every day, but the reality is it didn't happen every day. Mm-hmm. It happened at least 3 or 4 times a week though, 20 minutes at least. Mm-hmm. And allowing her to read things that she enjoyed. Right. I think that definitely was a major help because she had to sit down and put in this time, and a lot of it also was self-motivation. I've been taking courses at college and recently graduated with my first degree from college this past May. I think her seeing her parents, you know, my mom goes to school and she works and she manages the house. I think, you know, it's like if she can do it, maybe, you know, maybe it's not asking too much for me to do it. If she can do it and make A's and B's, maybe I can. So I think a lot of it was self-motivation and just reading over the summer and reading things she liked. It didn't have to be a book I picked. I didn't care what it was. I didn't care if it was People's Magazine, which was frequently that U.S. Stars or other stuff. I don't know. All the celebrity info though, she's up to date. Yeah. And as long as she reads.
Right, and you were a great model for her, which I think is something we forget about, that we're, you know, parents can model for their kids. This is what you can do. Exactly, lead by example. So during the summer, a lot of kids say, oh, I just want to relax. I don't want to do any sort of schoolwork. So what did you do on those days when your daughter didn't want to read or didn't want to do anything academic?
She didn't have to. The reality is I should go to the gym every day. Every day we all should go to the gym. They say 5 days out of a week. Yeah, that's healthy. But we don't. I don't. I can only speak for me. I don't. And so days that she didn't want to, I didn't push it. She was able to have a relaxed day. As long as she did it 3 to 4 times a week, I was cool with that. And some weeks was real slack. Like when we went on vacation, I know last summer we went to Disney, well not Disney, we went to Orlando for a week. We went to the Bahamas for a week. She didn't take a book. I didn't either though. So, you know, it's time for everything. Right. And I think don't overdo it, but definitely push it.
Okay, so why was it so important for her to read daily and for her to work on building those reading skills that she needs?
They say reading is fundamental. Reading is very important. I push education in my house. It's always been instilled in me. But reading and math are 2 things I put big emphasis on because those are skills you'll definitely need throughout life no matter what profession you decide to go into. You need to be able to read and comprehend what you're reading so that no one ever really screws you over and so that you understand. And so that's important to me. And I push those things. And I just think her reading, but not only her reading out loud and then having to go back and say, hey, this is what that said. It definitely helped for her reading and her reading comprehension just to grow.
So what advice would you give to parents who are getting ready to get out for the summertime and they want to know, how can I help my kid make sure that they make a lot of good progress in reading and that they don't slide back? What advice would you give them?
Definitely push reading. Don't be overbearing, but push reading and let them read something they enjoy. I know my daughter, There was a series of books, I can't remember the name, but she was really into it. And what I found was some days she didn't even care to set the timer. Like, she'd start reading, or she did set the timer, she was reading beyond it because it was like, oh my gosh, let me see what happened in my book. Oh my gosh, this book. And so that was a good motivator, like letting her read what she wanted. And magazines, as silly as it sounds, like it's still reading. No matter what the material is, it's still reading. So let them read what they want. They're more apt to do it. Even if it's like, hey, I picked up a People magazine today. Mariah Carey's on it. Her and Nick's breakup's there. That was a motivator for her. She was like, "Ooh, let me see," because she was interested. If you're interested in something, you're more apt to do it.
Right. Same thing for adults.
Exactly. Yeah. And so that's how we got the reading going.
Good. Thank you so much, Ms. Davis, for coming out to Koontz and sharing your perspective and giving some great advice to parents. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for having me. Anytime I can help, I'm all for it.
Now here is your question of the week. How do you plan to be proactive and support your child's education this summer? You can tell us one or many things you plan to do or are already doing. Feel free to include activities we mentioned in this video and new ones.
Canciones de pasado, encantado en sus contrastes, en caricias a mi alma, en caminos venideros, encarece mi futuro, en cascadas de recuerdos, encallando mis razones, encarando mis palabras. Encarcela mi destino, encañona desafíos, en cartas evidentes, encasilla mi esencia, encarnada tu presencia, en candiles de tus ojos, encarnadas a la pesca, en cansados pasos míos. Ay, no sé, en cada día, en cada cosa, en cada fila, yo no sé si la vida es color rosa, claro, oscuro, negra es. Lo que es suerte para uno es despojo para aquel que sin luz no habría sombras y sin noche amanece.